Let's crush an instant nerdle. Instant nerdle is a scrambled up math equation that needs to be unscrambled. So today we just have multiplication. Anything that's purple needs to be moved around, and the green tile stays in the same place. This equation is going to start with a 7. I also know that the equal sign is going to go here because we're going to be multiplying a single digit number times a double digit number, and that's going to equal a triple digit number. That's how multiplication always works in these things. The multiplication sign could go in either of these two places, the second or the third place. So we could have a double digit number times a single digit, or a single digit times a double digit. But it's definitely going to equal a triple digit number. So I'm just going to start with this multiplication sign here and see how that works out. I usually try to work with the single digit numbers first, or the ones digit numbers is what I mean. So I can try a different number here, and whatever I multiply times 7, I should know what this number will end with. So let's just try random numbers here. So if I put a 4 here, 7 times 4 is 28. So I know that this number would end in an 8. We don't have an 8, so this doesn't work. If I put a 6 here, this 7 times 6 is 42. So this would end in a 2. We do have a 2, so this is possible. And now I can move on to the tens place of this number. If I put a 4 here, 7 times 40 would be 280, plus 7 times 6 would be in the 300s, and we can't put a 3 here, so I know that doesn't work. So 4 doesn't work here. If I put a 3 here, that'll be in the 200s. We have a 2 here, so that doesn't work. The other two numbers don't work. So 6 isn't going to work here. So I've now tried 4 and 6 here. They both didn't work. If I put a 3 here, 7 times 3 is 21, so this number would have to end in a 1. It can't because the 1 has to move. So that doesn't work. 7 times 2 is 14. This would end in a 4. That looks possible. If I try to put a 6, okay, I can't put a 4 here, can't put a 6 here. If I put a 3 here, we're in the 200s. We already used the 2. If I put a 1 here, we're not in a triple digit numbers, so this doesn't work. And the last number I have to try here is a 1, which doesn't work because we don't have another 7 to put here. So it looks like, as far as I can tell, the multiplication sign doesn't go there, so I'm going to try the multiplication sign in the other spot because I tried every possibility with the multiplication sign there. So now, again, I'm going to, actually, I'll probably work on this number and see what happens to the hundreds digit now and see if that works. So if I put a 4 here, it's possible that I could be in the 200s because 70 times 4 is 280. I could also potentially be in the 300s, but 300s wouldn't work. So I have to keep this number pretty low, I think, for this to work. Like, this can't be a 6 because that would be 300 and something. This probably could be a 3, but I think that's 292, which does not work. If I put a 2 here, it ends in an 8. That doesn't work. All right, so 4 is not working there. If I put a 6 here, I'm going to be in the 400s, which looks promising, honestly. Okay. Can't put a 3 here because this number would end in an 8. Can't put a 2 here because it's ending in a 2. Can't put a 1 here because it's ending in a 6. Okay, this doesn't work. Kind of running out of options here. If I put a 3 here, 70 times 3 would be in the 200s. 70 times 3 is 210. But I don't have any numbers to put here. Can't put a 4 because 4 times 3 ends in a 2. We already used our 2. If I put a 6 here, it ends in an 8. We don't have an 8. I can't put a 1 here because we repeat a digit. It would be 1 times 3. We don't have any repeated digits. We're really running out of options. I think this has to be 2. If this isn't right, I've done something wrong. 70 times 2 is 140, so this is going to be in the 100s. If I put a 6 here, this ends in a 2. That doesn't work. If I put a 3 here, this ends in a 6. Really hoping this works. It doesn't. Oh, it does, yeah. No, yeah, 146. 73 times 2 is 146. That was basically the very last thing that I tried, and we got there, dude. There it is. Thanks for watching. Catch you later.